Hello everybody, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. I am your humble bard, Tim. In the previous session, we attempted to investigate where some drugs were being smuggled into the docks area. And we've been asking around the lorry drivers, and apparently we're looking for someone called the female driver. So, let me just check my notes here. Victim's body, track down my gun. Where am I? Jam mystery. Pay the damage, track down your bag for clothes in the trash. Where is the... Oh, the jam mystery. Oh, here it is here, sorry. So find out who the lady driver and where her lorry is. Okay. So that's what that's our current... So we're gonna go talk to the racist driver now.
Looking for something?
Okay. I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up about the lady driver.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, first you knew Sillig didn't do it.
He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip.
Yeah.
He's been expecting this. He's really puffed himself up.
So why are you smirking then?
Listen up, fuckwits. You
Ooh.
don't scare me.
Huh?
You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
Alright, then, well, who does? The lady driver?
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Okay.
Yeah, him.
I will just cross my arms and nod.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
Alright, I will say nothing.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
Indeed it is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
Yeah!
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
Oh, what a protection of guild they will be.
You've seen the corpse in the yard, yes?
Oh.
You took a peek. I know you did. Does it look like his friends protected him?
Damn.
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
Fucking hell. So the only option I've got left is this one here. Fuck's sake. Alright, here we go. Watch this fail.
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
Okay. Jeez Louise. I cannot roll for shit in this game. Alright, the jig's up. We've got the goods on you.
Oh yeah? And what goods are those?
You know, your goods, the good things.
There's some kind of homo thing?
I don't know where that came from.
The lieutenant gives you a brief sideways glance.
Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright? We are wasting our time here.
Fuck's sake. Oh.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam.
To
The
window?
windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
Back seat.
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town.
Alright.
This is our guy.
Okay.
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
What kind of stickers?
The
we have?
driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
Alright.
Yes?
You seem to be following me. Alright. Maybe this dude will have something else for us to talk about.
Nice.
Not bad advice, actually.
Let's talk about our right to work.
Oh, here we go. I need this guy to be my champion.
No, I'm not a fighter. I'm a worker.
Alright. So he doesn't give a shit about the lorries. See if anything gets,
Looking for something?
Oh, okay, cool. So I've actually gone through his cabin now. Alright, here we go.
Failing the
Fuck
last time
me!
was so demoralizing and puzzling that you just can't work up the rage anymore.
No, well, no, I can definitely work up the fucking rage. God damn it.
It's not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You
He's just a
might-
racist.
I'm not just people who've
He's not
studied
just a
these
racist,
things
okay.
That you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be... Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different? The
That's the
problem? The
problem.
dam keeps on showing its door.
Uh-huh.
Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing
I think I can
race
get down with
and
racism.
Lieutenant Kitsuraga's stern. Oh no, not too happy.
Okay, let's fucking draw this again. Come on.
Men like
Thank
this
fuck.
only respect two things: strength and fear.
You son of a bitch, show where the fucking lorry is!
Fuck you, I told you, I'm not gonna...
There, his voice grows smaller as yours.
I've seen your fucking lorry.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
Thank you.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably.
Oh, you
I
racist
haven't
piece
even
of shit.
seen her for days.
Now it's not a big deal for him anymore. This is how he saves face.
So where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone.
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's...
Looks like he got his adrenaline.
Alright, thank fuck.
When you said before that you were down with racism, was it meant in earnest?
No, no, no.
Well, now you've done it. Let's see if you can talk your way out of this one.
Yes, honestly, I was practicing the time-honored technique known as the
I
lie.
suppose that's a relief. Just be careful how often you avail yourself of this technique. A lie may be useful in the short term, but I have a way of catching up with you later.
We know a lie, sire, and it didn't feel like one to us. He chooses to believe, though.
And one more thing. As you've seen, these sorts of attitudes are quite common in Martinez, so I expect this to happen again and again. I've had this conversation enough times in my life. From now on, I'm going to stay out of it. How you choose to respond is your business, but be careful.
Alright. So we're looking for the green lorry near the monument. Is this it? Or is it? Ah ha ha! This is the one.
This green found, A to Z, contemporary, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead.
This must be the one he told us about, unless he was lying.
Okay.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and two steering levers.
Okay,
The
handle.
door is locked. The handle looks shiny.
How are we gonna get
Use
this
the pry
open?
bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Good idea.
I don't know how good it is, but this investigation has taken long enough. We can't afford it to take any longer.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna kill myself with this pry bar. I can tell. Better save. I can't. Damn it! All right, let's see. Come on.
Pry bar in hand, you take a hard swing at the window. A loud thunk rings out and the pry bar bounces back, leaving a tiny spider web on the glass.
Fuck my life.
Looks like the window might be shatterproof. You may have to rethink your approach.
Try
Another
again.
futile thunk.
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
He smashes it
Thank
into
you.
the window. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat.
All right.
Some tools lie scattered. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Don't fold the
It's an
paper.
issue of Petit Feric from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Pick up the notes.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest.
Let's check the
rest
radio
is,
then.
It looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing leg.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Oh, hang on. Didn't we have... Ooh, another 5 experience and a level up. Hang on.
The smell of a close the
We definitely need to return sometime.
Yeah. I wanted to... No, wrong thing. Okay, I thought I might be able to have the,
A lorry abandoned. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long. One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold
I'll
of
study the
actress is draped
centerfold.
in a sheath dress. One of her shoulders bared.
Pass the
Wait,
camera.
doesn't she resemble someone you know?
No.
This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography.
I thought he
Best known for
stuttered
her
there,
talent
tip to John.
and her tragic, untimely death. She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River, not far from here on Boogie Street. A mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world and the camera too.
Maybe Tip John is actually our driver. What I was going to say was that I thought maybe the frequency note was actually how to tune the radio. So I thought I might have had to examine the thing, but obviously not.
The
The
actresses
posters,
and the
check the
red, you wedge
pedals.
yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye.
Ooh.
A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
Ah, with the weird, that's the weird shoe.
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
And sandpaper would rub off the pattern on the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
All right. And she also is the one running the drug trade. What a handful.
We've identified one of the footprints, but there are still 7 to go.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls.
All right.
He closed the rusty old...
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective?
Yep.
All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found. So we
Okay.
don't do it in front of the company rep.
No worries.
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation.
Indeed.
I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
All right, then. What do you think about the Union connection?
We didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation. But somehow, I doubt that Evrard Claire would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery hill, but we just might be able to pin them down, indirectly, down the road.
Fair enough. How do we factor in the movie posters? We don't. I just ask anyway.
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
Ah, well, can I keep them?
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
Alright. There's a lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin.
Yes, well,
Unimportant.
Okay. Will the RCM open an investigation into this?
we should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it.
Alright.
There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
Alright, so what are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An
True.
investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Alright, debrief over?
Debrief over. After you.
Alright. Let's go! Why is my double click not... It's weird. My double click isn't letting me run anymore. Before we do that, let's level up. What do we got here? Is it the endurance that I keep needing to get through to the... Stop vomiting? I think it is. We'll just keep going with this one again. Although we do have a lot of physical instrument issues we need to get through. Actually, what we'll do... see what the stat that I need is.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
Okay, it's an endurance check. Accept changes in clothes. Alright. Let's try it again.
There he still is, looking ha ha ha. Again, the corpse laughs at you, pus dripping from its mouth. You will never be. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up. All that's left and convulse dryly at the same time.
Stop pointing at me, you piece of shit. I failed again.
The lieutenant is clearly at a
Officer, you just need to be stronger.
Open this white check again.
relax.
Alright, for fuck's sake. Double clicking isn't working, but holding down the button seems to be. Boat lady, we have information for you.
You're back.
Yes.
Good. What can I help you with?
Alright. We spoke to the lorryman at the roundabouts.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
We've discovered enough to conclude for now.
Yes. And will you start an official investigation?
The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
No, I'll let him handle it. He's far better at this than I am.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
Indeed.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
What's this about, a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war,
Oh.
with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
So how's the lynching and the strike connected? Well, I know.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say.
Oh.
My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Okay, do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Right.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience.
Nice.
They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
Well, that's kind of a problem.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman
Oh, good
while he
lord.
was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
And what then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded,
Oh,
executions will follow.
fun.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
What to say, this is not very disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, If you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
Fun times.
They would have to project strength and power.
The Debarder have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant?
Yeah, it's
It's not
pretty
pretty.
dangerous. Lots of decapitations.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours.
I don't
Most
have
Union
one,
workers
so.
don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
Well, it's a pretty bleak scenario, but
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia.
yes, that's me.
All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Okay. You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
And what do these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman.
Okay, so
I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags,
Ah.
the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too.
it might be that woman I saw when I came out of my room.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime
And-
later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who is this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Right.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
So where are the remaining mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
They could be the people in the building.
They don't have the same respect for the
Above the
Revachol
bookshop.
citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
No doubt.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
Well, we still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Yes, but where are they?
This is so embarrassing. You have no idea.
Ma'am, with all due respect, I've been around Martinez, and there's a giant hulk of a man, ill-fitting clothes, at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work. His heart really isn't in it.
Not a terribly good actor, that one. Still,
And the other must be in one of the 4-story buildings overlooking the roundabout. He or she was reporting back to you while we were canvassing the lorry drivers.
that would afford a good vantage point. Still, I hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
This Colonel, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive, yes. But I did not know him.
And his name was...
Lely.
Lily
His service
Lily.
name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Alright. Anything else?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed
Occidentally got hung.
Oronese. Or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Okay. And this Krenel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third,
yeah, I'm not gonna remember all this.
countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Anything else?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
The International Collaboration Police,
Okay.
ICP, is charged with coordinating law enforcement activities in complex multinational investigations. Their database is the single largest source of information in the world.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenel.
Okay. Could you contact the company?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time
Yeah,
to reach
especially
what
since
is
it's gone to
basically
ground.
a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
So how much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
Okay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Alright, well that's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
No, that's it for now. Alright. Well, let's go to the police car and we can get on the radio and ask about these people we're looking for. That's the plot thickens.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out
Put the radio.
7, how may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, coming officer, over.
What? Nothing?
Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
Well, that's annoying. Okay. Alright, you know what time it is again? I'm gonna get this fucking body investigated. It's the last thing I do. This is bullshit. I'm tired of blowing up all the time.
There he still is, looking as you breathe.
Fuck yeah!
The odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Alright, let's step
The
closer.
man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the
The material
boots.
appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor,
Yeah.
possibly part of a larger set.
Okay.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Okay.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
And where?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Up to the rest of it.
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days.
True.
We should keep a lookout for this species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Okay.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
Pull the boots off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
I've got hit points. Let's give it a try.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
Oh.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Alright. Oh, this is a bad idea. I'll let go of the boot.
What's wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting Goku know?
I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
Oh, I wanted his shoes, because they're better than mine. It's got a place here.
It is. It's expensive.
Okay.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
So how much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Damn.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Ooh, that's nearly 5,500 real.
Not too much, yes.
Alright. Well, it's enough.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
Well, I know how he can do it, but I'll ask the question.
He worked for Cornell, like Joyce told us. This is military equipment, provided by a wealthy security contractor, with state ties, way above what we have.
Okay, knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates,
It's
where
like,
they separate into smaller ones. These
Black
plates
Panther's
then
armor.
divide into smaller plates, until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
Look, there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
Mm-hmm.
X5415 6745 678 222. Let's lie.
No, it's this one.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done.
Ah.
Either station can chase it for us.
Cool.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink, and the hangman's
belt.
knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Whew. Don't know if you how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
And as the reinforced kind, at least my brain's telling me that.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
Alright, well I sure wanted him to stay up there then. How'd they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
They climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Right.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Alright, they wanted him to stay up there. The rope's reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
Alright, we're assuming the dock workers did it,
Yes.
of course.
The debrief we got from the Wild Pines representative appears to be solid too. A lynching is what this looks like. Our internal RCM brief said the same. By the way, when you get the chance, perhaps you should ask me to share the RCM brief with you. I'm pretty sure you've forgotten it.
Probably. Go back to look
The
at the
cadaver
corpse.
hangs from an
Tattoos.
intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Is it a national pattern?
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure.
I'm missing
I
something.
agree.
Oh.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
I'll let him work.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
Oh.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, if you could find someone to decipher it.
Well, can I have it so I can look at it without having to deal with the smell?
Sure.
Thank you.
Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Let's look at this dude's eyes.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
Ooh.
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode. From
Tell
the
me
organic
who
processes
you are,
inside.
dead man.
The death's head. I'm gone.
Oh, where have you gone, dude?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Oh, okay then, where's that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
Can you see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
Oh, there's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. So who were you when you were
A
alive?
killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have one more question for you.
Go ahead, Coppo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your imagination.
Imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
Okay then.
He loves those.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me more questions.
Here you go, you loony.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Yeah, it's obviously not who I am.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Yeah, it can't be Harry, I refuse.
Good for you.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Well, I hate you, you stink and you're boring, you made me throw up a lot.
Do I remind you of someone?
I don't know.
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
Yeah, a baby affected by harlequinism.
You sure wriggled out of that one? Coppellini.
Alright, enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dream.
Okay. I'll squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
Oh, I think he's fucking dead.
I agree.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently. His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
Dead.
Dabadoob dead.
He has ceased to be. He has expired and gone to meet his maker. A stiff, bereft of life. There's something coming out of him, though.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck are you saying?
Talking about shit.
Malicious laughter erupts in
Big set.
the lieutenant's face is made of stone.
Alright, tell the people to fuck off. It was upright after death, his hands and feet, neck discolored.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Facility was moved after death, though?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
And he was beaten up.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils.
So how do we get him down?
Rotate.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Let's see if I can have a look.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, that seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Can someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
Exactly, let's call the police.
Someone already did.
Oh.
You know who came?
Oh.
We did.
Shit.
Because we have made bad life decisions.
It's true, we have, totally.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Alright. We shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time!
Granted, I don't have my gun. Yeah.
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where the buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst that could happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Okay.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm.
Oh, here we
He drops
go.
a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Oh, what now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Alright. Does it help with the harbor? No. I guess so.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appear to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Yeah, that's what else.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
She's got a hassle. Let's not do it. Can I have the gun?
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorry.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana point.
Ooh.
Take it and
Feel the
A
weight.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Put the gun up the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Ooh. Point the gun at the kid.
Set me free!
It's like, piss off, child.
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free to roam about the cosmos.
Don't.
Yeah, I won't.
Do it!
It's like, fuck you.
Put it right here, Mulka! Right!
Back to the belt.
Intense shit, copper.
Alright.
Could waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Oh, wow. Oh, responded. Oh, son of a bitch. What a bastard. Alright. Close my left
In
eye.
a field of the slow movement of
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Oh, shit.
a plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened.
Fucking hell.
You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry! I knew it! What a mulko!
Alright. Well, there's something wrong with your gun. It just keeps missing.
The armistice is sufficiently precise, officer, especially at close range.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
No fucking way. I want to give the kid the gun, but there's no fucking way I'm going to let that happen because he will kill one of us. If I can't shoot him down, no one's going to shoot him down, Kuno, you little bastard.
Cop's bitter because he fucked that corpse up, Kuno. What a fucking kurpilla.
We still need to get him down somehow.
But how?
The bad way. The way I didn't want us to.
Alright.
By asking the harbor for help.
Yeah, let's do it then.
There.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner.
Okay.
There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house.
Cool. Alright, well, I've got 2 unlocks now. Tools. No. Interact. Ah, the photo of the dude. Alright, cool.
An intricate web of blue line. The pattern still kind of has an ethnic for you to discover. Someone close to the victim might know. Someone who knows about history.
Alright, so that's something else to do. Where's the rest of the armor? Run the number on the victim's armor. Ask him to tell me about the case, victim's tattoos, and get the body down. Alright. So, let's go to the car, and we'll run the number on the armor.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Radio.
How may I?
Serial number now.
What's the... Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Tomorrow? Okay, cool.
57.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Alright. Done and done. Alrighty. Well, I think on that note, now that I've finally been able to get to the body, that is where we will leave today's session. Failing to shoot the body out of a tree. Those little kids, I swear, I just want to... They are so frustrating, but I guess that's part of being a weird, drunken police officer. You can't beat delinquents. Anyway, for now, that is where we will leave today's session with an autosave, and we're going to be making our way down to the docks to try and find someone to get this corpse out of the tree. And we've also got 2 military people we need to track down, but like I said, I'm fairly certain one of them is in the building. Was that ghost that we were following in the ice cream factory. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I have been your humble bard, Tim, and be sure to come back for the next session of Disco Elysium. Bye!